You're gonna open. So what do you guys need to push right now? What needs to be on GitHub now? Okay. Okay. hmm So so the web needs to be on GitHub. Okay. So you're gonna open on your file explorer, open main, the main folder. Okay. So you see the top where there's like the top of your file explorer. So where it says OneDrive project main. So just put your cursor on that bar, but on an empty space. Yeah, and then right click and then say open terminal. Or no, sorry. Okay, move the thing. Yeah, it's done. Okay, so okay, just don't right click, just backspace, clear everything that's there, and then so just yeah, delete everything and type CMD. Okay, then press enter. Perfect. Okay, now on your, so now you have your terminal open. I want you to run git status. So type git and then space and then status. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, just press enter. Git is not a, yo, dude, you don't have git installed. Yo, okay. Yeah, just go to no, so how do you have a GitHub account but you don't have Git installed on your machine? No, search Git download and then say install for Windows. Yeah. And then just look for the first, it's x86 64, I think. Yeah, you're on a 64 architecture. Yeah, that one. Okay. Then just, oh, dog, we have to set up Git first. Ew. Nah, that's actually lengthy. Okay. Yeah, run that executable. Yeah, I can. Just run that executable you just downloaded. Okay, cool. Next, 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 next. Yeah. Oh, wait. Go back. Um, okay, I guess it's fine. OpenSSH is okay. Yeah, next, 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 next. Credential manager. Yeah, next. Enable. Yeah, next. Install. Yeah. Didn't they show you how to do this in the first day of class? Mm, they should. Oh, it's probably in your lecture slides somewhere in your practical slides. But Ashley's not about that business. Okay, finish. It's okay. Okay, so Yeah, just say finish. You have to sign in actually. So in your search bar in your taskbar at the bottom of your screen, search git bash. If it's, yeah, there it is. Cool. And then you're gonna have to sign in. So say full screen, say git status, enter. Okay, cool, perfect. All right. I don't know if this is gonna work, but go back to your file explorer. I hope you don't have to sign in, but I think you do. Wait, let me actually just search the command to sign you in, Soma, so you don't have any problems. Okay, so go to open that git bash window again. I think I remember the command. Yeah, that one. Perfect. So type git space config space double dash user. No, no, sorry, global. My bad. Space user dot name space open quotations. Okay, then just double. So go to your GitHub account. So go to your browser. So where you have GitHub, and then click on your profile. So the top right. How did you even make a GitHub profile without being signed into Git? Okay, copy that name. Okay, yeah, that's very spooky. Okay, go to Git Bash and paste it. Oh yeah, Git Bash doesn't let you paste anyway. Okay, close quotes, press enter. Cool. Now run git. So the same command, but instead of user.name, say user.email. So you can just press up on your keyboard to copy the command from before. Just press up, the up button. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, there we go. And then type in your email. So this should be the email that's linked to your GitHub account as well, right? Okay, and just press enter. Perfect. Okay, you're connected to Git now. Now go close Git Bash. Okay, the top bar on the file explorer thing again. So just no, top, no. The thing the top of the file explorer. See where it says OneDrive, project, main, which, no. Yeah, so yeah, there we go. And then remove CMD. Okay, press enter. Cool. Now run git status. Should say there's no repository found. Perfect. So now go to your browser. Okay. So just click on the browser anyway, so it's full screen. There we go. Click on the X button on the right. Yep, perfect. Open the Team 59 main repository. because that's the web one, right? Okay, so you see that green button that says code. Yeah, click that, and then say local, and then copy that. So yeah, just click copy. Perfect. Cool. So now go back to your terminal, your CMD, and type in git clone space, and then paste that link you just copied, and then hit enter. Okay, so what you're doing now, you're creating a copy of what. So what GitHub is? GitHub is just sign in quickly. Yeah, I was confused. I was like, why did that work without you having to? Okay, the email address that you signed up with. Hmm. There you go. Yeah. Okay, say authorize Git ecosystem. Perfect. Yay. Okay, you can. Yeah. So cool. So now, what you just did now, GitHub, just a quick 101. Wait, is the call over? No, it's not. Oh, uh, no, no, I'm talking about my work call. I'm on a Teams call right now, but it's not. No, no, it's okay. Okay, so what you just did now, I'm just gonna give you a quick rundown of what Git and GitHub is, right? So you're working on a project as a team, right? You remember last year you guys were sending each other the code on WhatsApp and you're sending each other the code on Notepad and so forth. So Git, the whole point of Git is to help not do that. So it mitigates that. It's a version control or source control system, right? What it does is you have a central computer where you're gonna all put the code on, right? So it's a server that sits somewhere in the cloud that has your code, right? GitHub, that's what GitHub does, right? And yeah, and then what you guys can do, you can then go to that computer and say, hey, I want a copy of what the project looks like right now. I want that copy on my machine, right? What Git does is it takes a copy of that code and puts it on your machine. So now you have a full version of whatever's on that server that you guys put on your local machine. And then now you can start working, right? You start working, you add your stuff, you add your nice features, your buttons, your styling, and so forth, right? And then once you're done doing that, you push the changes. So you say, okay, I made a few changes to the copy that I made, right? Let me add those changes back to that machine, that computer that I, cloned from, right? Then you add those changes. So you see how like now instead of sending each other the files, you guys are basically just putting the code in one space where you guys can all see the code and retrieve the code, make changes to it, push the code. Yeah, that's basically what Git is. Now, GitHub allows you to manage that specific computer. So you can do things like pull requests and merges and create branches and so forth and so on. I'll tell you all about branches and branching strategies later, but for now, all you need to know is that Git and GitHub, the whole point is that we have code. We need to all work together to, make this program or build this system. It's the code needs to live on someone's machine. It's not going to just live on Ashley's machine. It's not just going to live on Tiamo's machine. Okay, it has to. Yeah, that's the whole point. Okay, so now what you just did right now, You went to that machine, you went to the GitHub machine, you said, okay, give me a copy of whatever code is on you right now. When you said git clone, and then you gave it the URL, you said, okay, hey Git, please clone whatever is inside this repo and make me a local repo. So a repo is just the repository. It's just a space where your code lives. I get it. Yeah. So what Git did, it said, okay, cool. I'll make a folder. A repository is just a fancy folder where you can run Git commands in. That's all it is. So what Git said, it said, okay, you have this folder. You see, if you look, when you ran the command, that Team 59 main folder popped up on your file explorer. Yeah, so that inside that folder, that's where you're gonna run all of your commands. And so you're gonna type in cd, yeah, and then space, and then team. So basically copy the name of that folder and just press tab. Yeah, yeah. So just type in team, yeah, and then press tab. There we go. Press enter. Cool. Okay, so if you go git status again, you should see something very different now. And then press enter. Cool. You see you're on the master branch. Your branch is up to date. I'll tell you all about branches and stuff. Well, you kind of need to know because you said everyone must commit to Git, right? Okay, so we're gonna have to make branches then. But for now, cool. For now, we have an empty folder. We need to, I'm assuming you guys already did the work. Your code is somewhere, right? So there's no code right now. And you want to put that template on GitHub. Okay, so the template is code, right? Okay, so go find that template in your file explorer. No, it doesn't matter. Why? It really doesn't matter. I really don't care. No, it's okay. I honestly could not give two fucks, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Oh man. KK. Mm, now I'm just seeing your face. KK. All right. Cool beans. So you downloaded the folder. Maybe close a few tabs. There's a lot of tabs open. Okay, you're gonna have to unzip it then. Mm-hmm. Just, yeah, cool. Then copy the unzipped folder. Just copy it. And then go to that, the team 59. Yeah, that one. Open it and then paste it in there under. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Now open your terminal. So the terminal is on the bottom. So you already have it open. There we go. So run dir. So just type in dir, press enter, and then you should see the file there. Cool. So now branches. We need to first create a branch. So what are branches? What is a branch like in the real world when I say a branch? What do you think of? Yeah, 100%. Yeah, a bank, a branch, right? A branch is just an extension of a base, right? Yeah. So when branches grow on trees, so the trunk is the base, okay? And then branches grow out of the base. Now what a branch is, you remember that workflow where I say we have this computer, all our code lives on that computer. A branch is essentially you saying, okay, I want to work on a specific part of this code, right? But I don't want to affect the whole overall system. So I'm going to just work on my specific part. It's just the way where we manage how we share responsibility or we share work, right? So your central computer, the computer where your code is going to live, think of it like the master. It's the main branch, right? That's like the source of truth. That's where everything must run. Nothing must be broken on the main branch, right? Now, when I want to come and work on a specific feature, I go to that branch. Well, I go to that trunk, and then I create a branch. That branch is basically going to be a copy of that computer, but on the server, right? You can have a local and a remote branch, but it basically says, okay, just I want to work on my own space without affecting everyone else's work, right? So I'm going to create a branch. I'm going to say, okay, this branch, normally we just make branches to work on features, right? So for now, you don't have to worry about that. But right now, just run git checkout. So just type in git checkout space dash B for Benjamin space, and then you're gonna give your branch a name. So you're gonna say double quotations. You're gonna say what do we call this branch? Let's call it uh nah, but I think branches for now is kind of lengthy. Delete that line because we're just pushing to main now, and then your friends need to do their stuff. Okay, type git status. So you should see hero biz in red, and then type enter. Cool. You see hero biz is now red. Cool. Now you're gonna run git add. Yeah. Yeah, like add, yeah. And then space. And then, so what git add says, it says, okay, I was working on some code. I'm finished with this code. I'm ready to commit the code, right? Now, when you're coding, you're gonna, ideally you're gonna touch multiple files. You're gonna work on multiple files, right? So when you run the git status, you're gonna see all the files that have been changed or added, right, in red. They're gonna say modified next to them. So what you do is once before you do any pushing and committing, you're always going to run git status to see which files it is you touched, right? Because you tend to touch a lot of files and you forget, right? Yeah. So before you do anything, you say git status, and then you see all your files, and then you're going to say, okay, cool. These are the files I worked on. In this case, hero biz is the file you worked on because you just added it right now. Okay. And then you say, I'm gonna git add and then the name of the file, right? So, so what's the name of the file? Just hero biz, right? Yeah, yeah, hero biz. Just press tab. Just press tab. No. Just delete that line. So just delete that again. Just delete. Yeah, the everything. Okay. All right. Git add again, and then space, and then type H, and then tab. There we go. So tab is just a shorthand for like when you already know what's in the directory and then you can just cycle through them without having to type in the full name. Yeah. Okay, then press enter. Perfect. So those are all the files that are inside that folder, right? What it did is it put these files on staging. So now your files have been staged. It's basically like, do you remember I told you git when you say git clone, it makes a repository on your machine as well, right? So there's this concept of staging. Staging is like, okay, I worked on these files, I'm ready to commit them. But sometimes you're like, you finish with these files and then you want to continue working, but you don't want to commit yet, right? So what you do is you stage those files. You say, okay, I'm done with these ones, but I have to continue with these before I can complete with the commit, right? And then that's the whole point of git add. Now, in your case, you're finished with everything. Now you have to do a git commit, right? So you're going to say git space commit space dash m for mama space and then open quotations and then just write a message. So commit is, oh, sorry, I forgot to also tell you this. The whole point of source control as well is to give you version control. So sometimes you guys work on code, something breaks, but then um, with your whole send me the code via WhatsApp thing, it's very difficult to manage like a working version of your code, right? That's where Git comes in. Whenever you commit something, it basically takes a snapshot of your code base at that specific time. So if something breaks, you can then go back to that snapshot and say, okay, undo everything that I just did, and then we can like point to the specific commit, and then your code will run again, right? Yeah. So when you commit, you're saying, okay, take a photo of the code base right now, because this is what I want to save onto that cloud computer that I was talking about, right? Cool. And now, because you guys are all going to be committing all the time, you need to get used to this. You need to get into the habit of writing good commit messages, right? Yo, something's breaking here. Hey, bamama tating ba. But yeah, you need to get into the habit of writing good commit messages, right? So in this case, we're just making an initial commit. This is the first commit, right? So you're just going to type in initial commit for your commit message. and then quote, yeah, yeah, and then hit enter. Perfect. Sweet. Cool. Now we've committed. We moved from staged. It's committed. Our code is ready to be pushed onto that server, that remote computer that I was talking about. So what now? We just say git push dash, well, space dash, yeah, u space origin space. Well, yeah, okay. Say main. Main. It's fine. So what this push does, it says, okay, remember we're working on local now. Local is your machine, the code that's currently on your laptop right now. I get. We want to take this code and send it all the way to the computer that's on the cloud so that everyone can have access to it, right? So when you say git push dash u, you're saying, okay, I want to create an upstream branch. I want to, origin is basically the server, the computer that you're going to push to. And then when you say main, it's that main branch, that trunk that I was telling you about earlier. And then just hit enter, fail, da da da. Refs to what? Oh, just, sorry, just control, well, press the up button and then delete main. Yeah. Yeah. Let's try it again. Yeah, there we go. Because there was no main branch here. Perfect. Oh, it's called master on GitHub. I forgot. Okay, so some version control systems will call it main, others will call it master. It's the same thing. Okay, cool. So open GitHub on your browser. Cool. Then refresh the page. There we go. Yeah. So you can open the folder and just click on the name. Yep. And then that's all the code. Yeah. Okay. So now, you guys need to think of like branching strategies. I recommend learning about Git flow. I think it's the best branching strategy, but you guys are still new to Git. Maybe not that now, but for now, you need to create branches, right? So, so now all your friends or all your team members have access to the code. What they're going to do is, they're going to also clone the repository the same way you did. They're going to clone the repository and then it's going to make a copy of all the code inside of their machine. But the difference is you didn't have any code, you put the code there, right? So now when they do the git clone with the link, it's going to copy the code onto their machine, right? Then you guys are going to work. Yeah, and then you guys are gonna work on your individual parts. So Banban's gonna do this feature, Banban's gonna do that feature, cool part, cool, cool, cool. But you're all gonna be working on your separate branches, right? Then once you're done with your branches, then you're gonna merge your branches onto a development branch. And if a development branch, if that branch works, if everything runs off of dev, then you merge your branch onto master. You don't directly merge into master. You don't push any code directly into master ever. Master should just be the source of truth. Yeah. So what you're gonna do now? So open the browser. So full screen it. Yeah. Yeah. Full screen it. Cool. So just click on Team 59 main, the blue text. The blue text. Perfect. So see there's a branches button there. There's a branch button next to master. So just above that, 2 lines. Yeah, there we go. Click that. And then behind my window, the floating window, the WhatsApp thing, there's a button that says new branch. There we go. So you're going to make a branch. You're going to call it dev. So lowercase dev, like dev for development. I'll call it development. Yeah. Just call it dev. I think, yeah. Dev, yeah. Cool. And then you're basically branching off. Okay, you're peeling away. You're not extend. Yeah, you're extending whatever is on the trunk, right? Remember when we said a branch is just an extension of something. So this dev branch is going to copy everything from the master branch. It's going to the source is the master branch, right? Yeah. So you create a new branch because the source is on master. So just click create new branch. Perfect. Cool beans. Now, everyone in your team, I don't know if this is going to work. I want to recommend the strategy we used, but I'm assuming no one on your team knows how to use GitHub or Git. Okay. This is going to be a little. You guys need to learn how to use Git then. But anyway, cool. I don't want to do Git flow now because then you, you do they have code? Do they have code that they need to push? No, I mean like, is all the code that needs to be on GitHub, is it on GitHub now, or is there any code that's missing? Okay. Um. Yeah. Okay. Delete the dev branch then, because it's gonna confuse you guys. So just yeah, right there. Yeah, there should be a delete button. Yeah. Yeah. Deleted. Okay. Just refresh the page. There we. Okay. Wait. Couldn't delete that branch. That's weird. That's very new. Okay. Refresh it again. There we go. Okay. Cool. Cool. So what the workflow is, this is literally what you need to do all the time. These guys are locked in. I wonder what the hell's going on. What you need to do, because it looks very serious now. What you need to do right now, you're gonna open the terminal. Your your CMD. Cool. So you're gonna all do your work, da 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 da, and then okay, wait, we need to start from the beginning. So right now you're on your code's on Git, everything's fine, cool beans. You want to start working. I get. So say they say you need to work on the web, right? Because that's what we just pushed. Which application are you going to use to work on the web to code? You're going to use Visual Studio Code. I get. Yeah, so you're going to open Visual Studio Code, and then so just close everything in there. Cool. Then full screen it quickly. There we go. Say file, and then say open folder. Okay, so now go to your desktop because that's where you save the repository. Go to project, I think that's what you called it. Yeah. Oh no. Oh, save, I guess. Yeah. Okay, go back to down desktop. What is this? What's going on? Oh, yeah, yeah. Click save. That's actually very important. No, just click cancel again. Cancel again. And then do try that again. I thought it installed the caching. Yeah, but it's fine. So go to project. No, dog. Okay, file. One more time. Folder. Desktop. Don't desktop. Yeah, project. Don't select the folder. Open the folder. Yeah, project. Open. There we go. Then main. Open it. Then open. Well, select this one because that's the root of your project. Yeah, and then just say save, and then save it anywhere where it recommends it's fine. Save it, save it. No, 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 Ashley. Oh, close the window. Let's do that again. Yeah, project. And so now go back up. Cool. Yeah, save and save. Yeah, perfect. And see. Trust the authors. Okay, so this is where you're gonna spend most of all your time when you're working on the web, right? Cool. So now um, I want to show you how Git works properly. So see at the top, there's a terminal. There's a button called terminal in the ribbon, the top. Yeah, click that, say new terminal. Perfect. Cool beans. Okay, so open the blog HTML file. Cool. So you see, you have your code, da 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 da, and then you want to make some changes. Just add a comment at the bottom of the file or something, or the top. I don't know. Doesn't matter. So just after HTML lang. So after on line 3. So just add a comment. Okay. No quote. So exclamation, then the double dash. There we go. And then just close it. There we go. Cool. And then control save. Cool. So now I'm going to show you the beauty of version control. In your terminal, the terminal you just opened now. So go click on the, yeah, there we go. Say get status. Enter, see which file it says you changed. It says, yeah. So it keeps track of all the changes that you made and said, oh, Ashley touched this file. Okay. And then she touched this one. Then she touched that one. She added this line. She added this line. She added this line. It saves all that. It saves all of that inside of its memory management thing. And when you say git add and then you add the file, you say, okay, I'm happy with the code that I just made. I just wrote. Add that file to staging. Prepare it for commitment. And once you commit, it takes a picture. It says, okay, you're done. Let's take a picture. And then I'm saving that picture. And then once you push it, it sends that picture along with the new code onto that remote computer. Okay? But now you guys need branches. So each person must ideally work on their own branch, right? So the way to create a branch, you're going to say git. Yeah. Yeah, in the terminal. Right. No, it's fine right there. Yeah, that's right. Fine. So you're going to say git check out. Yeah, space dash B space quotes and just call it Ashley's branch. Don't use hyphens and stuff. What do you call this? Apostrophes. Just say Ashley's branch because it gets very weird. There we go. And no spaces. So rather use camel case or kebab case. Yeah, there we go. Cool. And close quotes. Cool. And then press enter. Cool. So it says it's not. Oh yeah, it's complaining. So just call it branch. Oh, Ashley. Just call it your name, Ashley branch. So just press up. Remember, there we go. Yeah, it's calm. Or Ashley branch. So just and then capital B, no space. There we go. Perfect. Press enter. Perfect. So now what just happened? Git said, all right, we have the code, this repository, we're making a branch, we're extending this repository with this new code, right? So now my new code, I can fiddle and mess around with the code without affecting whatever's on the main branch or the master branch. I get it? So now, when I want to test something or work on a new feature without being scared that I'm going to break someone else's stuff, no, you can do that at your own will. Git keeps track of everything like that, right? So now you're going to add the changes onto the new branch. So you're going to say git add space add no no dog space git add space and then say, well, you can do dot will just add all the files that you've changed, or you can add the files by name. But because you're new, I'm going to just, get you into the habit of typing out the name of the files. Okay, so copy that directory that's red right now. You see the in your terminal it says modified. No, not the modified part, just the everything after the space. There we go, perfect. And then paste it off the add. There we go. Press enter. Cool. Oh, no such file in direct. Oh, sorry, man. Uh, wait, what? That's weird. Okay, git add again, and then delete. Oh, remove that space. I think that's the problem. It's your file's named very weird. Oh wait, run. Sorry. I'm confusing. Delete that line again. Delete the line again. Run a dir, so directory. Press enter. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you're gonna say git add space and then say hero and then press tab, tab. Perfect. And then there we go. And then say uh what's it? Scroll up in your terminal because that's the name of the file you did. Yeah, so blog, so backslash blog.html. Yeah, there we go. So inside the quotes, inside the quote. Yeah, and it's backslash, not forward slash. Yeah, so blog, just type blog. There, remove the forward slash. Just Control Z. There we go. Perfect. And run. Okay, perfect. Then just add it. Then you say git commit -m, and then space, double quotes. Okay. So you made changes to a file, right? What did you do to the file? Perfect. So say that in your commit message. Say added the hello comment inside the blog.html file. Close quote. And then press enter. And then you're going to say git branch, sorry. Just want to check your branch name. Enter. Perfect. So you're going to say git push -u, no space. Yeah. -u, and say origin, space, origin, yeah, space, and then say Ashley branch, exactly the way it's named in green. Perfect. And press enter. And there we go. So now you have a local and a remote branch. So go to your browser, go to GitHub, and then refresh the page. You should see a branch that's called Ashley branch. There it is. And then if you open the branch, so just click on it, then you can see all the changes you made. So you see if you open the, no, you're not going to make a pull request now. So click on then see that it says 1 minute ago, 3 commits. Yeah, that weird string, the 45E1, click on that. No. So 1, 2, 3 rows down. There we go, on your right. There we go, yeah. Click on that. So that shows you the commit. You see, all the green lines, those are the things that you added from the file. Yeah, yeah, and you see at the top there it says, it shows you commit message. So added the commit inside the blog file. Cool. So now, when you guys are working, something breaks, you want to see what the issue was, you can inspect the code and say, okay, wait, but like you added this line here and then it broke, so now it's your fault. Yes, so it's good practice every single time you do something like a work item. So if you fix something or you add a feature or not a whole feature even, like if you do something that's like, okay, you're gonna want to save this, you add that, you commit it, you push it. Get into the habit of pushing and committing often so that you have a reference point in case, and something will go wrong, someone will do something stupid and break the code base, and then you're going to be stuck because you guys haven't been committing for years and weeks, right? So get into the habit of after every work session, every time you work, click run, make sure your project runs, and then you just commit whatever you did that in that work session, and then you have a good trace of your thing. Yeah, 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 yeah. Sure, go for it.